Hello there everybody, this is Even in Starlight 97 back again with another collection video. This time I will be showcasing my CDs. This time, you've already seen me do my DVDs and video game collection, which is the Physical Media Trilogy. Now it's on to some CDs, and by the way, it has expanded a bit, and mostly the Now albums have expanded a bit more. I haven't got many new ones recently, just mostly got, like, you know what, from the past year. I mean, it's not as big from what I mean, it's in the size comparison between video games and DVDs, because I've got a huge portion of DVDs. But that's not really the case. I mean, there's quite not a lot of people who... I understand that there are... Not many people are choosing to buy CDs because they're actually like downloading them, paying them on iTunes, paying to buy some, download them off iTunes. But I choose not to do that because I like to be cheap, save a bit of money. And, you know, I think just buying tunes, downloading them, having to pay to download tunes is kind of pretty expensive, in my opinion. But because I prefer, like, just getting music from a CD, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised how much music that a CD contains, like how much space you can store for its capacity. It's just, I think maybe, yeah, I would stick to just buying CDs and ripping music and maybe getting rid of the CDs afterwards and maybe keep them for future use. The tracks on store on my computer. But the problem is, though, I can't do, like, ripping the albums off currently because the CD drive I currently have has stopped working, unfortunately. I think it was our family's, but unfortunately, I think the problem would be the, like, carrying it around too much may have caused it to shake inside and cause something to break and stop. But that's how it is. So I'm probably going to buy another one when I'm got some money, and maybe when I start getting work I might be able to. Who knows? We'll see. Maybe sell off some stuff as well. That's not really the topic. Anyways, this will consider be a very small collection. Hopefully I won't ramble too much about this, but let's get to the collection then, shall we? Well, let's kick off. There are 6 stacks in total in different sizes. One of them is quite small. I think I'll start with something small, like here, B-52s, the best of the B-52s, Dance This Mess Around, and then some 80s music. We have from Dire Straits, Brothers in Arms. Yes, it is Brothers in Arms. You can still see that sticker is covering it, which just makes it feel harder to read. The Who, Then and Now. Don't really have much of a taste for, like, old school music that much. The best of R.E.M. I actually love more modern tunes, which we'll be getting to later on in the video. Oasis, Be Here Now. Might use this one and then sell it. The Cars, Greatest Hits. Willie Rushton, Nightlife. What's this? Akiva, Can't Buy Revolutions. Find it hard to read that. Echo and the Bunnymen, Porcupine. There's still some cracks on this case, but I'm not too bothered about it. Another Echo Bunny and the Bunnymen CD now. This is Crocodiles. It has that little cool slip cover, but I don't know why, but some people just throw out the slip cases. Probably they feel it's taking up a lot of room. I don't know. Fouls, What Went Down. Double Good, the best of Happy Mondays. It is quite a funny album, I imagine. Here's something new now. Top of the Pops, Volume 2. This is 2000. There is only one. Yeah, licensed by BBC. Quite cool, as you would say. Okay, more 80s music. We have the best of Bowie. Rest in peace, David Bowie. You are totally missed. 7 years since you left this earth. It's quite depressing. Lionel Richie, Just For You. The Proclaimers, Sunshine on Leaf. I'm really more familiar with my favourite track, I'm Gonna Be 500 Miles and I Would... Alright, I'm gonna stop there. Another one with 80s music. Blondie. Blondie, baby. You gotta love Debbie Harry, don't you? And to finish off that stack, we have Queen, Greatest Hits 1, 2, and 3. And if I open up the case, I will show you, surprise, surprise, Greatest Hits 2 is here. I found this individually in a disc sleeve case off of eBay very cheap, which I found last year, a month ago, which I got this album 10 years prior. It didn't have the disc, but I managed to find a cheap copy off eBay with the paper sleeve from another disc that we'll be talking about next. But I'm so glad I own the whole full collection, whole series of this. Right, one stack out of the way, 5 to go. Here we go for the middle stack. How about we do this stack next? We have Coldplay, A Head Full of Dreams. Yep. Differences between slipcase and normal case. Another Coldplay album. This is X and Y. I don't know if you could see it properly, but the case is probably in the way. I don't really know much about this, to be honest. Not really an expert if there was a title on there or not. And then we have one more Coldplay album. This is A Rush of Blood to the Head. Okay, continuing on. I always find I'm kind of neutral about Coldplay, just to have some taste inside of it. Alright, moving on, we have the Rolling Stones, Sticky Fingers. We don't have much use for this album. Red Hot Chili Peppers, By the Way. I know there are some things I am not neutral about. Phil Collins, Face Value. The close-up of his head really does kind of creep me out a little bit on the album, but I'm sure it wouldn't be too much of a harm. The Rembrandts, LP. It includes that song, the one from... Does it include the Friends song, I'll Be There For You? No, it doesn't. Oh, includes I'll Be There For You. Oh, yes, it does. I'll Be There For You from Friends. I thought I was wrong for a second. Sister Sledge, We Are Family. I know one of the members has passed away. Barry White, The Collection. Rest in peace, Barry. Your music was unique and genius. We have JLS Jukebox. There's a new item with the case and the slip cover. Because, you know, there's always a difference between slip covers and cases, sometimes. Here's one of my 2 Katherine Jenkins albums. We have Living a Dream. It surprisingly has a competition to win a weekend in Wales and meet Katherine, but I think that ended around 2006, which was probably around 17 years ago, so it's likely expired already. So there's no point of, if you had this album, you were trying to enter it now, there's no chance because it's already ended. The chance has already ended. Okay, the second album now, we have Rejoice. I'm not really a big fan of the opera, I don't know. I think the music seems beautiful, but I really need to get round to giving this a listen to. Amy McDonald, This Is the Life. David Guetta, Nothing But the Beat. This is where we get into some more uplifting tunes. Alexandra Burke, Overcome. I really think her music's sweet. Pop Art from the Pet Shop Boys, The Hits. Yeah, it is Pet Shop Boys because you can't have music without Pet Shop Boys. Here's X, Ed Sheeran. There's always that slipcase difference, as always. I'll let you be the judge of that. Here's one of my favourite artists now. Donna Summer, The Ultimate Collection. Contains 19 tracks, baby. Oh yeah. Yeah. Here's the track list. I'll let you pause that if you want to give it a listen to. Okay, here are my Florence and the Machine albums. We have Florence and the Machine, Between Two Lungs. She's become one of my favourite artists recently, and I thought I love her music, so I'll give it a listen to. Here's another one from her. We have Dance Fever. And finally, we have Ceremonials. I don't know how you pronounce that. Is it Ceremonials? Is that how you pronounce it? I don't know. Could it be Cameronials? I don't know. It's really hard for me to pronounce because I don't know that. Not familiar with that name. The Killers, Direct Hits. I always find a very cool spot for Mr. Brightside and Fuman on this album. Bastille, Bad Blood. Bad Blood. If there's no blood that's bad, then you're good to go. Rebecca Ferguson, Heaven. Here's another recently. Kirsty MacColl, Tropical Brainstorm. Rest in peace, Kirsty MacColl. You're not forgotten. Your music will still live on. Gabrielle Chilme, Lessons to be Learned. Since there's lessons to be learned. Okay, that will do. We have Natalie Cole, Ask a Woman Who Knows. Really haven't given this a listen to yet, but I'll try and do so at some point down in the future. Depends how good her music sounds. Basement Jaxx, Crazy Itch Radio. Is that this slip cover is kind of like lenticular. It's very exclusive looking. I don't know, unique. I think this lenticular cover really does stand out a bit to make the album a bit more of a real taste. That's what I think. Goldfrapp. It just says Goldfrapp, but I really love the track. The first two tracks are my favourite. Ellie Goulding, Halcyon. It's a good album. Give us a listen to. Especially I was drawn to Anything Could Happen from that album. The Best of Alison Moyet. Gotta love her to death. Sheryl Crow. The Black Eyed Peas. Monkey Business. Anastasia. Not That Kind. Avril Lavigne, Let Go. This requires a bit of explanation. This was an album that I had once before, and it was in my garage that I was planning to sell, but one day my mom donated most of the stuff, including this album, which happened to be in the boxes that she got rid of one day back in October. And this was one of the albums that I fortunately got donated, but I got another one, but the one I had did not have has this little red sticker on the front of the cover that my original album did not. But I'm glad to own another one because I wanted to give her another chance, because I feel like her music style sounds so cool, in my opinion. It's what you can do one day. If you ever feel like wanting to buy an album again that you have gotten taken away from, you just go out and find one for a decent price. That's what I always do. Faith Hill, Breathe. Stickers are everywhere. It has that HMV sticker. Tori Amos, Little Earthquakes. I haven't heard this yet. I'll give it a listen to when it comes time. Here's another interesting country music album. This is Brad Paisley, American Saturday Night. Yes, the one who's married to Kimberly Williams. Yeah, his music's great. There is one track I find interesting because of the Cars music. A few songs he composed for the movie Cars, and Behind the Clouds and Find Yourself. That's probably what I like about his music. It just stands out quite a lot to me. Alright. Hayley Westenra Pure. It's still sealed. I've yet to take this out, but I'll do it when I get a new CD drive eventually. Fatboy Slim, The Greatest Hits. Why Try Harder? Why Try Harder is kind of like Why Try Less? Why Try Easy? I could name this album for anything. I wouldn't give it 100,000 titles. Why Try Nothing? Why Try Something That Boring? Why Be Boring? Why Be Happy? Why? Anyways, I'm not going to go on about it. It'll just take too long. Eminem's Certain Call, The Hits, includes 3 new songs, including the new single, When I'm Gone. Don't listen to this. Don't let your kids listen to Eminem. He's too rude. Spice Girls, Greatest Hits. Yes, this is some childhood nostalgia. Wanna Be My Lover. I was just not a big music fan when I was a kid. Sam Smith, The Lonely Hour. Another favourite female artist I love. Jess Glynne, I Laugh When I Cry. By the way, I kept that sticker just for just so I can keep it for like advertisement purposes, for that kind of stuff. If I do sell it, I want to keep the sticker. Evan Scenes, The Fallen features Bring Me to Life, and you know the rest. I won't say it. I mean, I was more familiar with one of these tracks that I remember hearing around, I don't know, late 2010, early 2010s, late 2010s, I can't remember, but I think there's something about that track that I find really interesting to listen to. So I got a couple of Little Mix albums now. We have Little Mix, Salutes, and Glory Days, which I really love to death so much. Yeah, Justine Helson's no longer part of that band because of some exposure she went through, unfortunately. So it only has 3 members left, but it would be cool if she came back one day, but I don't think that's ever going to happen. Right, we got a few more on that stack. We have Usher, a friend from my drama school loves this. I won't say where the place, theatre company where Scott's drama school lies has loves this. Won't say the name. Sam Sparro includes Black and Gold, Black and Gold. Alright. And the last album, Neon Jungle, Welcome to the Jungle. I really think Neon Jungle should have more recognition in their music. I think their music, in my opinion, is rather underrated. I mean, I love it, but I think there are so many people out there who love their music. I don't think how many, like, I don't know, 1 million people love their music. I mean, if they ever went to concert, I imagine that there would be, like, hundreds of people turning up to hear their music, in my opinion. Before we get to the next stack, I want to show off something different to the other CDs I have. Peculiarly, these are CDs for the Logan's Run. These are for the Penguin Active reading. It's a book, level 3, and I'm assuming this is something related to English. I do not remember. I think it's something educational, and I think it might be really useful. The discs are all the same, except nothing's different, except they do change the numbers on the discs, 1, 2, and 3. I think it makes it a lot more better, in my opinion. Alright, now with that out of the way, we have 4 stacks to go. And let's start off with this one at the front. Oh, crikey, I don't want to end up knocking this over. Before we get into the rest of the CDs, there are a few promotional CDs I want to go through. DVDs that I want to go through that I didn't make it to the DVD collection because they were stacked among my DVDs. CDs, sorry. Magic Tricks from the Mirror. This is a Hornby magazine DVD, free with a December 2012 issue, Enjoying Your Model Railway. It always has, like, ways you can enjoy your model railway and do what you want with it. And we have one from the British Railway Modelling, From Genesis to Revelation. Yep. I mean, those I finally managed to fix. Managed to include at last some screen time because they missed out on the DVD section. Alright, let's get back to my CD collection. Okay, so after that, we have the Rockabellas, Bring It Back. I really don't know much about this, to be honest with you. I think it might have been a CD from a concert or something. I really don't know. There are some custom CDs. Now we have Dave Pearce, Dance Anthems Volume 1. This isn't an official item, by the way. And here's one that's also not official. All That Jazz. 12 Psychedelic Grooves. Okay, please excuse me for that. I was just doing something quick on my phone. Okay, let's get to the next stack. And this one's going to cover the Ministry of Sound CDs, so here we go. This is something peculiar. This is Electronic 80s, the collection. This is the CD number 1. I don't know what happened to the other CDs, and here's a bit of a story behind all this. I found this album when I was cycling one day on the country lanes, and I was cycling down there and I discovered something very peculiar, and it was this CD of the Electronic 80s, the collection. It's kind of like a bit dirty from being out on the road for so long, and I think I may have to end up getting this a clean, and I didn't... Someone chucked it out their window or something, I don't know. Maybe it just fell out of the car. Who knows? The mysteries of history. And I didn't want it to lie there neglected, so I thought maybe I could take this and maybe find a new home for it. But I don't think... Having this in a DVD sleeve, I'll probably put it in a clear sleeve and give it away. Who knows? I might do something with it eventually. So now we have the actual complete albums. We have Trance Nation 2, Dance Nation Anthems, Trance Nation Future. Who loves a bit of Ministry of Sound? The Anthems, the 90s, Chilled 2, 1991 to 2009. The Annual 2016, and rounding out that section of Ministry of Sound's Summer Anthems 2017. You know, I don't really have much of a chance of expanding the Ministry of Sound music, but I might pick up some albums from time to time. Depends if I'm interested or not, and if I want to, then I'll decide. Okay, let's get back to some random CDs now from the TV series South Park. The Chef Aid, the South Park album. I've really lost my interest in South Park, as I already told you this numerous times. Miles of film themes. Here's a movie soundtrack. We have Lord of the Rings, Fellowship of the Ring. Here are the James Bond themes. The Teska Company and Singers. I think these are from the James Bond films, in my opinion. I don't know if they are, but I'll have to check. Here's one that I had a blast to once. Infinity, mixed by Lisa Pinup and Richard Toulet. I think there is another one that's also the best bangers. Planet Dance, the free CD collection. You can never go wrong with music like that. In my opinion, it would just really rock your life. Here's a Storybook Red CD now. This is Just William, Home for the Holidays. Read by Martin Jarvis. Richmore Crompton. I think that's the author. I don't remember, but maybe I'll have a look at that later. Alright, here are my Clubland CDs now. We have Clubland 1, by the way, it's all complete. Clubland 2. Sorry, my thumb was in the way. Clubland 3, The Sound of the Summer. Clubland 4. I'm not going to bring out the CDs because you already saw them in the previous one. Number 5. Number 6, which is a free CD box set, including Clubland Mashed Mix CD. Number 7. Sorry, give me a second. Here's the one that began the collection. Number 8. Number 9. Hopefully I don't want to get in trouble for showing these off on screen. Number 10. Number 11. Number 12. Number 13. Number 14. Number 15. Number 16. I think that's also counts on the same album. Live, mixed by Ultrabeat. Number 17. Number 18. I don't know why these keep getting stuck quite easily. Number 19. Number 20. 21. Oh, my arms are aching. 22. 23. 24. 25. 26. 27, and the last one, 28. And here's another album from that stack, 10-year anniversary. This is the Ultimate Clubland, A Decade in Dance. I'm not sure if I'm planning to buy any more of the dance compilations. There hasn't been a number 29 yet. I doubt they ever will make a new one, but who knows, only time will tell. Alright, 3 stacks left. We have an album now, that's a CD. This is Mike Dignam. I don't know much about this guy. I think this was a concert film thing. There's also like a track list of... I think there's like a tour for the 2016 albums. Who knows? And that stuff in there that I just picked out, that chose to look out for. Sorry. So I'm just kind of rambling a bit here. Here's one that I got signed. Here's one album that I got when I was in concert. This is Peter Howarth, Evermore. This was an album I got in concert. This was signed by Peter, and God bless you, Peter. And has some unique music, has some really beautiful tunes. I gave them a listen to, and I thought they were quite lovely. Okay, moving on now, we have Club Mix Ibiza. Here's another soundtrack now. This is Cruel Intentions. I also have the DVD for it, but I have yet to watch the film. I'll give it a listen to in due time and see what it's like. We have the best disco album in the world ever, number 2. I'm not sure if there was a first one. I think that's just 2, just in my eyes. And here's one that I really loved about a collection of original songs in English by some Wales famous singer-songwriters, Songland. Here, pause that if you want to have a look at it. I'm not going to spend too long looking at it though. Okay, some chill out tunes. The best chill out ever. Peace and quiet. Music for relaxation. Sorry, you can see my face in the reflection of these. And the ultimate relaxation album. It contains 4 CDs, and if you want to pause that, be my guest. Well, I noticed one of them says Downside Abbey, but I don't think it's a coincidence to Downton Abbey. Okay, we got a couple of Beatles albums now. We have the Beatles, what's that say? I can show it on the side. The Beatles Anthology, number 2. And we have the Beatles Anthology number 3. Unfortunately, the cases are not in the good condition. And I don't have 1 or 4. Maybe one day I might buy them, but we'll see. Okay, we're continuing on to musical stuff now. We have highlights from The Phantom of the Opera, the original London cast. Titanic, music from the motion picture. Music composed and conducted by James Horner. I think... Rest in peace, James Horner. That terrible incident that I feel shame of losing you. We have the original London cast recording of the Les Miserables, original 1985 recording, now featuring enhanced CD with video images. If you look on the back, as I turn this round, I'm not sure how I make of this album, but I think the music is great, by the way. The Greatest Ever Musicals, West End, if you want to look at that. Pause and I'll tweet. I'm not going to slip these around all the time. The music of Andrew Lloyd Webber from various musicals. And if you want to... I'm not going to do this to all the albums. Okay, we have The Starlight Express, the original cast recording. Digitally remastered at Abbey Road Studios in London, deluxe edition. And also, we have the new Starlight Express from Andrew Lloyd Webber. So I think it's really want me to have a listen to and just see what it's like. Here are my Line Dance Fever albums. We have Line Dance Fever number 1.
It's getting kind of dark in here, so I'm just going to quickly put on the lights. I'll have to cut this out in post-production when I can, if I feel like it.
Sorry to keep you. Line Dance Fever 2. Line Dance Fever 3. 4. 5, 6, oops, almost knocked that over, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 16, and 18. People are going to yell at me if I don't have 15 or 17. I will try and find them, eventually. But hopefully one day. I have not been in luck to finding the other 2 albums from that series, but maybe one day. Who knows? Here's something unique. We have Planet Rock presents While My Guitar Gently Weeps. I think this just consists of music that for singers who play guitar. Alright, here we go. Club soundtrack to the weekend nights. Wow, club nights, hey, got some cool tunes on there, don't they say? I love a bit of clubbing, but I never go clubbing. I'd love to go, but I don't think my parents would give consent to allow me to. Alright, here are the greatest ever albums containing 3 CDs. We have Drive-In Rock, Electric 80s, whoop, Movie Hits, Soft Rock, the 70s Pop. This one's not very consistent among the rest, but it's Power Ballads anyway, the Definite Collection, Love, Summer, and Indie Anthems. I don't want to buy too many of them because I feel like how big they are, they might just clutter up the house, and I'm just worried I could have no space to maneuver around. But I think I'll just be careful of what I buy. So there's only 2 stacks to go. We have, if I can say it right, Luminance. It's Friends Stoke and Kincaid. Lisa Friend and Anna Stokes, flute, and Mark Kincaid, piano. I think there's 2 of the artists on the front. I think it's like piano music, and it's just like orchestra, but I'm not too sure if it's true or not. I've kind of forgotten what it was actually. Right, we have a few more 80s anthems now. Here's one of the 80s anthems. Seriously 80s. Don't really have much plans to buy any more 80s music because I'm more into the more 90s and 2000s music. Before we get on to that, we have 75 original American rock and roll anthems and the second album from that series. I don't think they're ever going to do a third one. Who knows? We have, continuing to 80s music, we have Ultimate Collection 80s Pop 100 Hits. 100 Hits 80s and 100 Hits Love. So yeah, I'm really going to be downsizing these over the coming weeks, and I'll try and get some sold on eBay when I can. Who knows? Okay, we have the R&B Yearbook 2006 and R&B The Collection 2007. We have some Now albums. We have Now, Dance 902. I don't know if these are part of the Now music series. I doubt they are. Oh, that one fell. Jesus Christ. Sorry. The Best of 1993, Now Dance. Is that okay? Oh, disc 2 accidentally fell out. But I'm assuming this is part of the Now series, but I could be 100% unsure. Alright, we got on to our final 2 stacks which cover the Now music albums. Here we go. Alright, here we go. The one started off in 1983. This is number 1. Now that's why I call music 1 even. That's why I call music 2. Number 3. Number 4. This is the first one I picked up at HMV. Number 5. Number 7, I'm still missing 6. I don't know if there was a 6. I did own a copy of a 6 once before, but it wasn't the UK edition. Hopefully one day I'll find one. Here's the first ever CD, number 8. This was from my grandparents, by the way. Here's one I got off eBay last year, which is Now That's Why I Call Music 10. There is another one that also came off eBay last year. I'll get to that in a minute. Number 11, number 16, number 18, number 23, number 28, rounding off the double disc collection, we have number 29, 30, here's the other eBay one that came from eBay I was talking about, number 31, 32, 33, I'm going to really speed this up, 34, here's one of the Now 35s, as you can tell the discs are swaying about. I gave this one a new copy. I swapped the discs round and to make it look more stand out, okay, but I just think, I don't know, this one I did get a new case for. I swapped out the single case versions for a newer one because as you can tell, I gave the older discs a new case, and I gave the new discs and the double stack case because they were originally. There was another one. Is another one that had that same treatment that I'll talk about in a sec. 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42. I'm going to really stretch it out a little bit here. 43, 44, 45. Scratched, but hopefully it will work. 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51. Some of them I got multiple copies of, but I managed to get rid of some. I could end up donating some if I ever get another one, the duplicate in the future. Number 52, 53. Oops, that fell from the stack I just piled on. 54, 55, 56, 57. Oh, my legs need to let some air in. 58. Oops. 59. 60. I think my dad owned a 60 at one point. 61. 62. That fell. Why do they always fall? 63. Maybe my hands are just a bit too slippy sometimes. 64. 65. 66. That came from that music shop near me. 67. 68. 69. This is the album that began my Now Music collection. 70. 71. 72. 73. 74. 75. I did give it a double disc case because the single case just really looks too boring. And just a little note, the disc 1 does have some minor damage. I hope it doesn't break, because I would be too upset to play this if it does break anymore. Then I would have to buy another one. 76, 77, 78, 79, 80. I might have to end up getting a new album because the case is kind of a bit broken. 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, whew, nearly there, 89, whoa, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, nearly there, 95, 96, 97, whoa, I don't always keep bumping into stacks, 98, 99, 100, 101, 102, 103, 104, 105, 106, 107, 108, And 109, I am still yet to get the last 3, but hopefully if I do, I'll be up to date with them. And here are a couple more. We have now, that's what I call the double O's, the naughties. And finally, now that's what I call classic rock. Whew, that's everything. Whew, that's all my CDs. Jesus Christ, can you believe how many there were? Man, I'm so tired. I think I need a break now. I need to put these away now because I'm really burnt out. Yeah, that's all CDs from my collection, and that's everything. And hopefully you enjoyed this video, and I hope I didn't bore you too much, and hope you liked it. I will be collecting some more in the future, but not too many because I don't want to, you know what. But I think it would be an idea just to stop rambling so much. I might just get rid of like 2 or 3, or a few, which ones I depend on keeping. Well, I'm gonna start rambling there, and I'll see you all soon. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to subscribe for future content. So this is Evening Star at 97, aka Jamie, signing off. Take care, guys.